Hello, happy Monday. I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. So basically, Josh is away with work Monday to Friday. So I thought install a vlog and hopefully actually get this one posted, because I've started about 5 vlogs recently and then I just kind of don't post them. So hopefully we'll do something entertaining this evening. We'll film it and then there'll be a vlog to go up. Yeah. I'm currently getting ready for work though. I need to leave in 10 minutes time. I just need to put my face on, but I'm going to continue doing that. And then we'll catch up with you after work. I come up from home on Monday, I don't know if you guys know this. But because I'm home alone, I didn't want to be stuck in the house. So I'm going to go to the office. And then I will come back. So that there's like a gap between office and being home, so I don't get like in a weird mood about it. So I think I'll be a bit yeah. Let's go. Let's do my face for the day. I did think I'd mention something quickly. Better? I thought I'd mention something quickly whilst it was on my brain. So there's lots of things going on in the world and in my life currently. And so I've had some dark thoughts, let's say. And I kind of spiral when I start thinking about these dark thoughts, because they just either continuously go down the route of like repeating the dark thought, or like spiral out of control of things that can go wrong, if that makes sense. Which is no good for anyone, because most of the things will never even happen. The things that have happened, so there's nothing can change that, or it's just completely out of my control. So I was looking on ChatGPT for things to stop that thought, and I've found something that's currently been working, and it's the 5 steps. You think of like your 5 senses, so you meant to think of 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, maybe 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. The point is, every time that I try and do this, I always forget the steps, and then me trying to remember the steps also helps me stop the thought, because then I'll have to like actively think about something different, being like, so what was the steps, or which steps have I done? Did I actually do 5 of those? Was I meant to have done 4 of those? And it typically is helping. It stops what I'm hyper focusing on that's negative, and then I look for something else, and then by the time I finish the spiel, normally I'm like, oh, this is a fun song, I like this song. So yeah, I thought I'd put that out there. If you are like me and sometimes go deep on a negative situation, yeah, okay, I'm leaving work now because it's 31, so I'm gonna have to work till 5 now. Sad. Hello, I am back from work. I've taken my jacket off because I'm about to go into my pyjamas because I've just come home from work and that's what I want to do. I'm gonna get in my pyjamas. I'm gonna watch an episode of Alexa, stop making dog noises. That was weird. I'm gonna watch this program. I can't think of what it's called. How to Get From Heaven from Dublin? From Belfast? It's about so 4 Irish women were friends when they were younger, and one of them has just died. So they're all going back to the funeral, and then it brings up some stuff from the past. Yes, but it's funny, but like dark humour. So I'm gonna watch an episode of that, play on my game. I have a list of things to do, but honestly, I don't want to do them. I need to eat because I'm starving. I didn't have breakfast this morning either. I didn't buy breakfast, so I'm probably not going to breakfast all week. So I need to go eat some dinner. Josh has made me potatoes. I don't fancy potatoes. I fancy a jacket potato. I'll eat the potatoes. I'll chuck chicken in the oven now, and I'll get dressed. So what am I washing? Because I've just got a little bit to put away. And then by then, the chicken should be done. Yeah, let's go do that. Let's go put some chicken on, and then I'll yellow. So I'm in my pajamas, I put my clothes away, and I have food. I'll show you my food, but be prepared. I'm not a chef, I don't cook. Here is my dinner. So there's potatoes left over from yesterday, some southern fried chicken, some tomatoes, some vegan cheese because I'm slightly intolerant to cheese, and then there's some Nando's sauce just plotted around. I made this and then I was like, there needs like a sauce to something, which is why I was like, I'll get the mayo, the like Nando's sauce stuff on it. And now we've sat down, I remember that I was meant to put butter with my potatoes, because Josh gave me like a list of things that I'd probably like, and I'm pretty sure this should have been with it originally with a Kiev and the thingy, so there'd be like garlicky butter, but I'd forgotten, and now I'm yeah, I guess it's just gonna have to be this. And then tomorrow I will put the leftover chicken in a wrap with some tomatoes, some of the sauce, and some of the fake cheese, and that'll be my lunch. Yum. And then I don't know what I'll eat for dinner. We'll figure that out tomorrow. We've got enough food here. That's all I know. Now I'm gonna watch. Let's see what it's actually called. This is an advert. How to Get Heaven from Belfast. Knew it was somewhere in Ireland. Yes. How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. I'm enjoying. I've watched 2 episodes so far. I'd recommend. I'm going to continue to watch because there's drama going on currently. I'll catch up with you later. I need to play my Animal Crossing tonight because I've got a streak going on at the moment and I kind of like that. Hello, it's Tuesday. Sorry, keep my hands straight in front of the camera. I've come home. I have put food in the oven. I've read 1 chapter. So basically, I had a goal to read 2 books in the first quarter this year. And I've made this goal a couple of times and have succeeded zilch in the past. So I made the goal again this year. Didn't think I'd succeed, but I'm on book 3. Go me. So yes, I'm quite happy with myself. I've read 2 of the books, as I said, and so I finished my first one in January, and the second one I started on the first day of Feb and realised that the book had 28 chapters in it. So I was like, sick, I can read 1 chapter a day. And I was like, yeah, that's like a solid goal to work to. So now this book has 40 odd chapters in it, but they're significantly smaller than the last one. So my plan is to try and read 2 chapters a day and finish by the end of the month. So that gives me time that I also don't have to read every day if I don't want to. yeah, I'm enjoying. I'd recommend The Kill List, basically, without giving anything away. The book is about, so back 25 years ago, a murderer killed like 5 people in a town, and then someone was arrested for said murder. And now, 25 years later, they have overturned his conviction and have said that it's because of police corruption. And then the person that they believed was a corrupt cop is dead, so he can't like defend himself. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the tripod, but I can't find him. I've used him yesterday. How have I lost him already? He can't like justify himself because he is dead. So it's on about like his team and what they think the situation is and if they believe it or not. I need to go take my pastor out. I will be back in 2 seconds with a tripod so I can chat to you and do stuff. Finally found my tripod. It took me like 5 minutes to find. Ridiculous. Oof, steamy. I have this giant fear of burning myself on the oven because I burned myself like once as a child, right? And now it freaks me out every time I'm cooking. Anyway, so yes, I'm really enjoying my book. It is delightful. That's not a word to describe a book. It's very interesting, and so I read like a mix of books. The first book I read was also a murder mystery kind of vibe, and then I read a rom-com. So I thought I'd go back to a murder mystery kind of vibe because I love like scary films and stuff, but I'm not very good with a scary book. I just kind of don't ever read it. I always use the Applewood's vegan cheese, by the way. It's my fave. Yeah. If you are dairy intolerant, it's probably the best one. One of the best ones I found. This and the Mexicana, like spiced cheese. Top notch. Just make sure you don't eat the wrapper. Okay, back in the oven, I believe for 25 minutos. Let's see. Another 25 minutes. Okay, we'll be back. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying this book. Look how far I am through it, and today is the 10th. So I reckon I can get through this by the end of the month. Easy peasy. I've still got another chapter to read today. I'll read that in a bit. I'm going to play my Animal Crossing because, as I said, I've got a good streak going on. So I'm very new to Animal Crossing. So today my like resident services building is being upgraded to the like official building as opposed to the little tent. So that's exciting. It does mean that I can't go in the resident services today, and I've got a good streak of getting my like going in every day and getting my miles. So I was on like 300 bonus, 300 today, yesterday even. Yes. What else? I said that I had plans to do things. I've kind of just decided I'm not doing them. But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling for the week. I have been making sure the house is clean. But apart from that, I've kind of just been not doing much. I feel like work at the moment is stressing me out a little, so I don't really want to come home and do things. So I'm quite happy to just come home, watch a bit of TV, read a bit of my book, play on the game. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, I think I will continue on reading my book and I'll catch up with you in a bizzle. Would you like to see my pasta? It's got some vegan cheese I've mentioned. It actually melted really well, so I'm proud of that. A little taste test. It's hot. It's actually banging. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad I have 3 more portions. But anyway, I'm gonna watch How to Get to Heaven from Belfast now. I'll catch you on the flip-flop. See you later. Welcome to the cupboard. I'm taking my face off. Like I've taken my face off, but now I'm gonna do my moisturising stuff whilst I'm here. And I will chat with you, hopefully. I probably flinch every time I squirt this on my face. Anyway, so end of Tuesday. What I really did after my food was continue watching telly, if I'm completely honest. Not a particularly productive evening, but I quite enjoyed just doing nothing. I've sorted the dishes and everything, read my 2 chapters for the day, and then I watched an episode of How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, and then I also watched Irish Wish with Lindsay Lohan in it. I've seen her a couple times advertised, but I've never watched it, and I don't really know anyone either that's watched it, so I just thought, I was like, put that on whilst I play my game, so like I'm like half paying attention, but it was alright. Spoilers if you are gonna watch it, don't like listen to this next bit, but like there's the whole thing is that like she makes a wish because she's in love with her best friend's fiance. She makes a wish that she's the one marrying him, not her best friend. And then like obviously it's like how they don't work together, and the best friend is clearly the better match. But here's my issue. He's a bad person, so I feel like I personally, after having these experiences, would be like, I can't like wholeheartedly say that like you're a good match for my friend because you're a dick, but her friends still seem to love him like at the end, so maybe she doesn't care that he's an arsehole. Well, she doesn't know, is my thought. She doesn't realise he's an arsehole. But yeah, that's what bugged me a little. Like if they just, you don't match, then fair enough, but like he's just not a nice person. Why would you want someone to marry your friend that you think is not a nice person? My personal take on that. Anyway, time to go to bed. Tomorrow I have how far is my run? 5k run first thing in the morning. I would say I'll take you with me, but I probably will forget first thing in the morning to record because I have every other morning, but if not, I'll try and post them in. I've got 400 repeats actually, so maybe on my warm-up I'll do a little bit of filming, but I make no promises once again. Anyway, let's go to bed now. See you in the morning. Hello, I've just got home. There was meant to be 2 bells here, and I've now fucking smushed them both into one. Anyway, I just got home. I'm just sorting my washing before I go for a run. It's taken me twice as long as a normal day to get home today because there's roadworks going on a route close to my route home, not on my route home. So now it's taken me twice as long to get home, which is fantastic because I should have went for a run this morning. But I was being lazy, so I was like, I'll go after work and I'll take my kitten to work. And I didn't take my kitten to work. And if I'd taken my kitten to work, I wouldn't have been in the traffic. I would have been running along merry as can be, whilst everyone else was stuck in the shitty traffic. Instead, I was in the traffic. And also, my hair's disgusting. And I said to Josh, like, I can't be asked to go now. And he said, you can go tomorrow. I was like, I can't go tomorrow because I have to pick up food for work. So I can go after work tomorrow, but I've looked at the weather and it's meant to rain tomorrow, so either I go today in the dark or tomorrow in the rain. So I guess I'm going today in the dark and hoping I don't get murdered by a psychopath in the city centre. Yeah. I'm gonna go now, put my washing on, get changed. I did say I'd show you guys the run, but we'll see. Maybe if there's any shed of light, I'll give you a little view. Okay. So I'm back from my run. Today just clearly isn't my day, for starters. I was on my run, and I go like the same path each time, really. Stop saying that. I go the same path most times. Like if I'm running from the house, I just go to the city and back. And then I was at the point where I'm normally at 1k, and I'm like, the thing hasn't come up saying that I've done a k. And then I realised that I've got a setting on my phone, so at night time it puts my phone into power saving, and when I'm charging at night it doesn't charge all the way to the top so that I don't ruin the battery on my phone. But if you put power saving on and use the Runner app, you can't use the GPS on your phone because it's inaccurate. And I'd forgot about that, so I'd done a k in and then realised that it was wrong. Turned off sleeping mode, and then continued on with my run, all fine, deadly, but did it. Then got to the end and tried to stop the run. The Runner app has crashed. Tried to restart my phone to get the Runner app to start working again. Still isn't working. So now I'm 50 odd minutes into a 5k and I still can't pause it. And I've just got home, remembered that I put the towels in the wash before I went out, and now I need a towel and there's not a clean towel here. So great, there's not even a dry towel here, they're all wet in the machine, unless I want a really stinky old one that's been in the bottom of the basket for 3 months. It's not been 3 months, but you know what I mean. Today is not my day. So I'm gonna have a shower, wash my hair because it's disgusting, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna continue watching the How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, because I'm very much enjoying. I really want to watch Paradise, but me and Josh are watching that together, so I have to wait for him to come back on the weekend. But I'm intrigued. So, yes, I'm going to do nothing all evening. I say all evening, it's gone 7 now. So for the next 2 hours, I'm going to do nothing apart from shower and text Josh maybe. But, so, as I've mentioned, like Josh is away with work. And there's a team of them. So they'll work together in the day and then they'll go out for food together until at least 7 o'clock normally. And it does, so I tested out working for Josh's team when I was a couple of years ago. I needed extra points to finish my qualification. So work was like, okay, test out audit for a couple of weeks and then that'll be enough to like knock off all the things you need for your study. So I test out audit, and I think it makes you really close with your team, but it's also a lot, especially if you're an introvert, being with people from 8 a.m. until 7 p.m. is a very long time. And also, when I went on my audit experience, I was in a Airbnb, and that's just a lot of being around people, because even when you're chilling, you're sitting with the people you work with, and you're socialising just with people you work with. And I feel like, even though I'm sure if you're like in the team a lot longer, you start to like be friends, but like I didn't know anyone in the team very well, so like I was friendly with them, but like not enough to be like close friends. But the team is particularly close because they have to do this constant being around each other for weeks at a time when they go away for work. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, have my shower, and die. There. Oh, hello. I forgot that I was recording for the week, and I've not said much since I finished saying about my run. I think so. Let me go check back, and I'll come chat back with you. Hello. So we're back. Okay. So I did in fact finish Tuesday. On Wednesday was yesterday, not Tuesday. I finished Wednesday by saying that I'd been for a run and then I was going to come back and chill, and I did. I watched 2 more episodes of How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, because I thought that I had 2 episodes left, so I was like, I'm going to binge watch it tonight, stay up until like 10 o'clock, really late for me, because I was having a shitty day. And then I realised that I actually have 3 episodes left, so now I have 1 episode to watch today, so I'm watching a YouTube vlog currently whilst my food is cooking, and then I'm gonna watch that and play on some Animal Crossing because it's my new addiction. And tomorrow, is there something new? I've got campsite visitors. Ooh, how exciting. Yeah, I didn't say what I was gonna eat or anything. I think I had leftover pasta bake, thankfully, so I didn't have to cook anything. I originally didn't think I'd have enough to have that for lunch and for dinner and for lunch today, but I just cut it in half and I just had a bunch of snacks instead, because I was like, there's no chance that I'm cooking something for lunch now. I'm in a stressy mood. Today is a lot better. I had to be in work early because basically in the place that I work, once a month they pick someone to get breakfast for everyone for our monthly meeting, and it was my turn, so I had to get everyone's Greg's order this morning. I got really lucky because half of the team aren't there, and I think only 1 or 2 things got messed up, which is a record low for like ordering things on like Uber Eats and stuff. When you order for that many people, there's typically at least 1 thing drastically wrong, like they miss someone's order, or they ask for no peanuts for peanut allergy and they put on like extra peanuts. But yeah, the only issues were small, thankfully. Today I'm eating jacket potato with a Kiev, so I'm cooking 2 Kievs, 1 for today and then 1 so I can have it with lunch tomorrow, but I don't have any salad, so I'm gonna go to Astra at lunch and get some salad. I forgot to show you my dinner, and I'm just granning some mini eggs. Sorry. Almost at the end of this How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. I'm like a 10 out of 10 recommend. I explained like a synopsis kind of vibe to Josh, and he was like, that's Pretty Little Liars in a nutshell. And I said, yeah, but not as many series. And hopefully it's got a good ending, because Pretty Little Liars had a shit ending. So in 30 minutes time I will come back and let you know if the ending is better than Pretty Little Liars. Guys, I'm in bed and I'm reading my chapter. So the deal is 2 chapters a day, and I was trying to do 2 every day so I can get through all 40 odd in this month. And I've just realised that now I'm behind, because today is the 12th and I'm on chapter 20. So I'm 4 chapters behind, so I'm 2 days behind. There's only 40 odd in this book, so I'm not like too like devastated, and I'm sure I can read more on weekends, but I want to get this book done this month so that I can start a new book in April. Hear me out. I reread the first Harry Potter book recently. I think it was... Was that the first book I read this year? I reread the Harry Potter book. Right, I'm going to check my thingy up back 2 seconds. The last book of 2025, I read the first Harry Potter book. Because I wanted to. It's such like a good cozy book. And if you are not in the UK, it's miserable. How is it still so like dark and gloomy in March? And like, in fairness, we have like some days where the weather is beautiful, but like you get 1 or 2 like really nice days, and then it goes back to being sad again. But yeah, hopefully the storm is ending, and hopefully it'll be sunny soon. I say that as it's tipping it down currently. Anyway, so I read the first Harry Potter book. I'd like to read the second one soon, because it does just feel like such a nice cozy book, and it is like nice cozy weather. So I think I'll finish this one. I have another girly book on my list, and then maybe I'll put Harry Potter book 2 on the list of things to read. We'll see how I'm feeling at the time, because I'm enjoying these new books that I'm reading, and it's like the first time that I've had continuous momentum to like continue to read. Like normally I'll read a book and then I'll finish and I'll stop for a bit, but I have just continued and I'm doing quite well in my reading. I don't want to curse that, but this one started with reading the Harry Potter book. That was the book, and then I stopped Harry Potter and went straight into another book because it was around the new year. So maybe I should read the next Harry Potter book, because maybe it's given me a lease of life. And I did. I love the Harry Potter books. And I know that we can go on for ages about whether J.K. Rowling is a good person, but I've already purchased them, so she doesn't get any more money from me. Right? That's my way of justifying it to myself. This is a weird, slightly off-topic thing, but it's on this topic of books. Has anyone read the It books? I have heard about a scene close to the end that happens. If you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm not gonna talk about it. But what is the deal with that? That just seems unnecessary and rogue. And I believe I have it. I have a couple Stephen King books. I'm not sure if I said Stephen Hawking earlier. Stephen King books. I have a couple Stephen King books, and I haven't read any of them, mainly because they're like this thick and the writing's tiny, and I'm just not sure whether I'll be able to keep up the momentum to read them. But I did. It and The Shining are like 2 books, and Misery. They're like the 3 books of his that I would really like to read. Misery was like one of the original like horrors I seen and like loved when I first started watching them. And then The Shining is a classic, and it is just he's just wrote so many good books that have been turned into films. So yeah, I've blabbered on now. I'm going to read my book because it's almost 9 o'clock, so that's why I've come to bed. I've got a book, I've got some squash, and I've got a decaf tea, coffee even, to chill before I go to bed. So the first night of Josh being away, I didn't sleep very well, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday night, I woke up, like I slept really well, and then I woke up because this light automatically turns on at 6:20 in the morning. So I woke up to the light being on, but my alarm hadn't been on. like I hadn't heard my alarm go off. So I keep waking up in a panic thinking that I've slept through my alarm, and I have because the alarm hasn't gone off. But I've not like slept until 9 o'clock, and then I'm late for work, which is the biggest panic. Also, so I don't know if I will stop talking soon. I can work from home on a Monday and Friday, and today I deliberately left my laptop in work, so I have to go into the office, just because I think it be like in my head. I think in the morning I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll work from home and then I can see Josh as soon as he gets home. But I think for my mental health, it's better to be out of the house and then come home and I can be like, yeah, you're home, and I can give him a run and a cuddle. Yeah, it's super fun. I'm sure you wanted to know that. Anyway, I think this might be where this ends then. So I'll say goodbye now. And then if there's more, I'll take this bit out. But if not, this is my weekdays by myself, whilst Josh is away with work. You know what? I told myself that I was going to edit a video in this video, and I haven't done it. So maybe in next week's video, I will edit a video. This one, question mark, or the original one of me cleaning, question mark, who knows? We'll see. I have to edit one. Maybe I'll edit them both and schedule them both so that I have some videos to go up. And like, I've been pretty good all week for like keeping up my cleaning tasks, but like I have been pretty chill. Like I haven't been to the gym. I went for one run and that was about it. So I definitely can do more. I just currently don't want to do more. Anyway, yes. Sorry for the blab. I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully it won't be so far in between videos because yeah. Hey ho. See ya. Bye.